What up, y'all? Welcome to a brand new episode of Giggles Irene Radio on Dash Radio's 1 a.m. radio. It's your girl, Giggles Irene, and today I got a very special guest in the building that is from the east side of Long Beach.
Yes,
correct?
of course.
Yeah, he looked at me like, you better get that, right?
You gotta know it.
Yeah. I got HeyDeon in the building. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Yourself?
Excited, right?
Man, life is great. I can't complain.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I mean, it looks exciting on social media, so I would hope that it really is exciting in real life.
Sometimes like it's good and bad. You just gotta know how to weigh it out. Honestly, I try to like focus on the good things rather than the negative because I know like at the end of the day I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So that's just the whole purpose of like why I make music, because it's to help me.
Yeah.
Versus like to help everybody else. Like I understand like people can relate to it, but it's solely like for how I feel that day.
Yeah. No, I get it, and we'll get into that later because I want to talk about how your music has helped me out a bit. So, which is one of the reasons that like I really wanted to have you on here. So,
I'm excited.
So being prideful of where you're from is like very important, especially like people from like the LA area and like surrounding areas and stuff.
Yeah.
So, describe growing up in Long Beach, East Long Beach to be exact.
Growing up in Eastside Long Beach, honestly, it's like any other place, but you can tell like the difference or separation between like other cities and our city. Like,
okay.
It's like we're very tight knit, but at the same time, like everybody does their own like individual thing. Like everybody wants to do something on their own accord, but we also have a group. Like it's like a family, but at the same time, like if you look at LA as like LA and separate LA from Long Beach, you'll be like, yeah, it's a big difference. And that's why like people like look at Long Beach and have like a negative like view, but they don't understand like how we live out there.
Oh, okay, I get it. I've never had
it's all about diversity. I promise you, if you pull up your phone right now and just type in Long Beach, you'll see all the negative comments about Long Beach.
I only see like negative stuff about
from
like
LA people.
Really?
Like LA, Carson, they just don't like Long Beach, but it's cool though. Like
wow.
It'd be like that.
I guess I don't know. I try not to tap into the hate, so I'm probably not gonna look it up to be honest. But
like I don't try to tap into it. Just like I see it on the timeline and I just be like, oh man, like y'all gotta understand like the people that y'all like majority of the time like from Long Beach.
And like they moved to like a different city, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you not like us? Like, we brought a whole sound. I know they know the G-Funk sound, so it's like that sound.
You know what? You tweeted that the other day, and I was just like, you know what? I was like, he's right.
It's Long Beach.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what, like people can try to like go around and be like, oh, y'all got these artists, but it's like we shaped a whole sound that like changed the West Coast in general.
Yeah. That's still like, I mean, people really, I feel like they dive into it now, but not as much as before. But you can't
recreate
deny
it, though.
Yeah, you can't recreate it, and people pay homage to it all the time.
Yeah,
but you can't deny that came straight from there.
Yeah.
So it's just
people
like,
just be like, oh, it's West Coast, but it's like no, it's Long Beach.
Yeah, like you want to be prideful, like no, this is from my city. Like no, I get it. That's funny.
We got to hold on to something, right?
Yeah, for real. That's funny. I'm going to send you, like, when I see hate tweets, I'm going to be like, so are we going to tag team this person? Or I'm going to help you out now.
I'm always ready.
What inspired you to get into music? Like, how old were you when you were just like, yo, this is what I want to do? Some people find it at the age of 3 in church. Some people find it in their teens. Like, when did it hit you?
See, with music, like, my dad was... a part of the G-Funk like era. Like,
okay, that's dope.
So my dad and uncle, they was the twins. So it's like at first, like growing up, like I didn't care about like making music. It was just more so like I was always around it. But then like in high school, it was like me, like my senior year, I stopped playing basketball or whatever, and I was like, all right, I'm about to start making music. But people was playing like it was all a joke because like I wasn't serious at all.
Okay.
It was people at the school that was rapping like they was on it like every day. Like oh, I'm about to go to the studio. Like I played around, like just made a mixtape. I put that mic on my bed. And like it was all fun. And then like people trashed it, right? And I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna actually get good. And when I get good, like I'm gonna have y'all. And that's where it went from. Like it went from like oh playing around to like all right, I know I can do this if I actually try and like make something that means something to myself. And then that's how I did it.
Isn't it funny how like proving people wrong could be like the best motivation ever?
Low key, yeah. Because like honestly, I listen to music all day, so it's like I didn't expect myself to be making music. It was like it just naturally came. It was like, all right, I made this song. they trashed it. I was like, all right, I'll start getting better. And when I start getting better, that's when I was like, all right, I can actually do something with it. Because people seeing like, oh, there's something in this dude that can progress and become something, you know? Yeah. So I was like, when people tell me like, oh, I love this, like you can actually be something. And I'm like, all right, now I feel like I'm making it for them too, but it's like, it's for me.
But it's more for you, yeah. Is it, when you say it's more for yourself, is it like therapy for you, or is it just like messages that you wish you had heard when growing up, or like what is it about?
I can consider like a therapy, but it's like it's more of like we all have our thoughts in our head that we want to get out, but sometimes we like to hold it in.
Yeah.
So me instead, like I'll just write it down, or even like record a voice memo, and then like later on, like say if I come across like a production that like fits this vibe, like that mood, I'll just make it. But usually I don't like making music like, oh, let me just go to the studio right now. Like people be like always working. Like me, I like the organic feeling, like let it come to me. Like I like the song to write itself, then me force the song.
Yeah. So that's good. And you could tell that in your music it's not forced, because it all sounds natural, and it sounds like you're not like forcing a lesson down the listener's throat. It's just like, hey, this is what I learned, and this is what I'm blurting out, like to let it out, you know. But it doesn't sound like blurting out either, you know. It's like it's well thought out. Yeah,
it's more like, when I think about it, it's like it's stuff that we want to hear from artists, but we don't get it. But it's like when it does come around, it's either you take it or you don't. And, and those that do take it, they love it, they hold on to it. But if you don't take it, I understand. Like it's not for everybody. Not everybody like can express their emotions, like
or want
to express their emotions or put it out in the world. Like me, I'm just like very like I let it out. Like however I'm feeling. Like if I'm sad, you will know it. Like I just put it in the song, rather than like I won't like show my facial expressions, because like I'm one of those people that be like, all right, I don't want people to be like, oh, what's wrong?
Like to pity you.
Yeah, I don't want that feeling. So it's like I just wait until I come across like the music part and just leave it there.
Yeah. Do you feel like an added kind of like, not, how do I word this? Like all the music that's coming out of LA right now, and then yours is like a completely different lane. Like, do you feel like an added pressure to like dive into that a bit, or you're just like, no, this is still?
No. See, it's like everybody has their own lane, and I just usually like, however, like I feel, and if it matched the feeling of that day, I can make that song. Like if I want to make those songs that they make, I can easily do it. It's not a challenge.
I love your confidence.
Honestly, I can do like I promise you, like if I want to, I can do that. Like that's the easy part. Like making a song is nothing to me. It's more of like me. I care about the lyrics and more so like the message that I can get across, rather than like, oh, I can make these quick bangers, get everybody, get a little following, and you know, take the easy ride out. But it's like it doesn't do me justice as a person. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and I feel like with that mindset, when it comes to your music, you're looking for longevity, not a quick buzz.
It's the long, man. It's all for the long run.
All for the long run. Yeah.
I just want to make something that can last forever, and like people can go back to it and just remember that specific moment or how they felt that day when they first listened to it.
Yeah, your music. There's a few songs I listen to, and I have a playlist called like Inspiration that I just play like
inspirational songs.
Yeah, it's just like all shit that I need to listen to when I feel like fuck all this, like, you know. And some of your songs make me feel the same way I felt when I would listen to like J. Cole's old mixtapes, like when I was in college, like the shit that like made me not want to give up. So it's wild that like, I mean, everybody feels like the need to give up sometimes.
Yeah,
and then,
we all do.
Yeah, so like we all have to like push through. So with that, do you feel like it's bad to put yourself in that box of like, because it's not, your music isn't, I wouldn't call it conscious music, but like what genre, what category would you describe your music as?
I just like me, like the overall, like if I put one word, it's just I consider mood music.
Okay.
Just mood or like emotion, like emotional driven. Because like when you listen to the project, like it changes every day you listen to it. Like if you notice, like So like one day you will listen to the project, you'll be like, all right, this song hit me the most this day. And it changes by the day. It's just
you're right.
all about feelings. So it's just like however you woke up that morning, it's like, all right, this puts me in this mood today, rather than like, oh, it stays the same each time. Because as you grow and listen to the songs, like it gets more and more complex. Rather like it's a simple thought, but it's like if it feels like it's much more deeper than just
like one word. Yeah. Okay, I get it. I like that. It's I don't know, because on the way over here, I was just like, okay, because I mean, my sister was asking like, oh, like who's HeyDeon? Well, like she always asks me every time we're on the way over here, and I'm just like, oh, how would I describe his music? I'm just like,
it's hard, low key.
I was like, I don't know, like we're just gonna bump some of it right now, and just like you're gonna decide for yourself.
Yeah, it's all perception.
Yeah, because I mean, the song that like could have touched me the most could be like the complete opposite of somebody else's favorite, you know. So it's just wild how I like that your music is able to touch on like different things without sounding corny.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, look, he's trying to be inspirational, and then the next minute he's like all in love. Like, you know, it's not. It doesn't give me that vibe at all. So like, it's dope that you're able to pull that through.
And usually that's on accident. Like the flow of everything. Yeah. It just like it feels like it was on purpose, but it's like, dang, usually I just make all the songs. It's like, all right.
You're just like shuffle. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It feels like a shuffle in my mind. It's like I hear like where things should go. Yeah. In order, but it's like the way like the songs come about is from different time periods. Like say, like as far as like this project, I think I recorded like all of it in Black History Month, but it's like, so it's like I finished in the Black History Month, and it's like, all right, these songs within like that 28 days. I had these 10 ideas. Like I had these different feelings, and I know like somewhere in this world somebody probably was going through something similar, and it's like, all right, let's perfect these ones, and then we'll figure out the order, because they all touch me in a certain way. So it's like I have to have those. I don't try to do more. Like me, like usually when I record songs or like make projects, or I don't even feel like I'll be making projects. It's just like I'm just going through the process, and then they just come. So it's like when they do come, it's like how can I put this? It's hard. I'm trying to think of like a regular way to put it. Never mind. I lost thought now.
No,
so it's cool.
We have the time. We
have the time. I have to like really think about it.
Maybe it'll come.
It'll come back to me.
He's gonna tweet us, folks. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna tweet us like a whole thread of like what I meant was.
No, it's because like when you're making the songs, you don't like people be having like concepts.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
It's not a concept to me. It's just like all these somewhat relate in a sense somehow, like sonically, or like the feeling of the flow of the project. So it's rather than like people be like, oh, I'm about to make a concept album. It's me. It's like, dang, like I have so much to say. And I don't want to oversaturate with a whole project of a certain sound, because that's just solely not me. Because I know like everybody has certain characteristics that defines them, and people have different way of expressing themselves. So you can't just be like, oh, this is only how I make.
So this is your way of like expressing yourself and not putting yourself in a box, because you're able
to branch out. Like you go from like Gelato to Nothing to Prove to Dreams, like all these, like it's different. It's different vibes, but it feels good.
I get it. It's like one big mood, but it's a bunch of different moods. Like I know that sounds like really dumb, but it makes so much sense. You guys have to listen. Like, it really does make so much sense.
It's the broad thing is moods. That's all it is. It's like, what do you take from it? Honestly, that's what I want people to do. Like I like when people be like, oh, what's my favorite song? I just be like, honestly, like I don't have a favorite song.
Well, there goes that question.
but it's like, all right, so if I have to like base off lyrics, I'd be like, my favorite song that I wrote was the intro. Like that song, like that Gelato, that song it means everything to me. So like that, I know I put everything, like I laid everything out, like rather like emotions from mad to like sad. That's everything compiled into one.
It's HeyDeon into one.
Yeah, that's for sure. HeyDeon into one. Like even from the beginning, like when it comes in, it's like it just feels like you in another. I take you somewhere else.
You know what? That reminded me of like Kanye low key. Cause like usually the intros are like 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, when is the song gonna start? But not in like an annoyed way. I was just like, whoa, like, and then we're like probably like 45 seconds in, and I was just like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah. It was a build up. Like I had to build you up into like this. Like, all right, you about to get everything of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it delivered well. If you guys better tune in so you guys can know like what the hell we're talking about. But yeah.
Please tune in. You know, I don't like, I understand like if you don't like it, but just give it a chance. I give a lot of people a chance, so it's like it's either it's for you or it's not for you. I can't be mad.
And even if you don't like the project as a whole, like
you're gonna take something from
it. We all feel things, and like has to be at least like 1 to 2 songs that you're gonna be like, holy shit, like, you know. So I hope everybody that's listening tunes in. So when you go into the studio, do you already have things written, or like since you go off moods, like, you know, you said you have a voice memo or whatever?
Sometimes it'd be like already written. Like usually I write the whole, like say I'll listen to somebody else's song and I'll write a whole song, but like the cadence will be different from that song and stuff. And I'll just save the whole song and be like, all right, when I come across something that like feels like this or makes this
matches the emotion
sonically, I'll be like, all right, then I could do it. But this project, I want to say like everything flowed. Like I didn't write that much on this one. It was more of like, people be like, oh, I'll be freestyling and stuff. Like, honestly, this time around, like, I was mainly like just letting it all out. And then I will punch in and like fix it up. Not necessarily change lyrics, because I don't like change the lyrics, because however I felt and whatever I said was meant to be said.
Okay.
So I just keep it at that. I just either sing it better or rap it better.
Oh, okay. I get it.
That's all I do. Like, people be like, oh, people be changing verses, like changing hooks and stuff like that. I'd be like, if whatever you said on your first thought, that's what you should go with. That's what I go with. And it works for me. I don't know if it worked for everybody, but like it works for me. And I feel best when I just go off my first thought rather than altering it, because it's not the same feeling no more.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. Because then you're kind of like messing up the perception of like the mindset that you were in at that point. And
you creating a doubt on yourself whether it's good enough, because like me, I always feel like this was good enough, or like this was great for me right now. Like whatever I said, that was great for me. Yeah. And like it may not be great for everybody else, but it's okay. But it's like it was great for me, so I don't need to change anything, because when I go back to it, I remember exactly what I was doing, how I was feeling, how did I write it, and how it flowed. So that's how I go about.
I wish I had that mindset when I was younger, because like, man, when I first started my own podcast, I would redo episode after episode, but like, you know, and I would just be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say it like that, like, you know. And it took a lot of time, but like, yeah, damn, I've been fucking up. I mean, I don't do that now. This is like, this is uncut, like you guys don't hear. The only thing I edit out is like my gasps sometimes, just FYI. But like, it's, I don't know, like I like your mindset. Like
it's all natural, because like when I look at it, like people should make songs like if they was having a conversation with somebody. Like when you having a conversation, be a song right now. You feel like if you're having a conversation with somebody, like it's not like you can go back and edit what you said. You can,
and even if you backtrack, people are like, yeah, I knew what you meant.
But it's like that's how I look at it when I at least like say something, like get like a point across. Okay. I don't like changing that, because like it was meant to be said. Like it came in my mind, like this is what should be there, and not like something else.
No, that's
like
good.
It's cool. People be like, oh, I could like change the whole thing, like make it super fire. But then it's like,
but that's not the way you do things.
It's not organic to me. Like yes, people want to perfect and all that, but me, I like to have like the raw still and like the natural feeling. Yeah. Cause like when I edit stuff, it's like, it's on purpose.
Okay. I get it.
like everything is like it's like when I create the song, it's on accident, but it's also its own purpose at the same time. But like when you edit it, it's like for reasoning.
Yeah.
Now you have like now you're trying to think about
like an ulterior motive.
Yeah. Now it's like, why are you changing it? This is why. But it's rather than like just letting it come out and then sticking to it.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's a dope mindset. I actually want to talk about one of your songs off the project, which is "Better Days." I want to hear like your theory. I have a theory, but I want
to hear. Look. I filmed the video for it.
Okay.
So I have the video, and it's like everybody has something different to say about the visual, like how they take it. So I want to hear your perception of the song "Better Days" because mine is probably some simple.
Okay, because like the song is playing, right? And then like midway through, it kind of like starts to fade. And it's like repeating itself. And you're still saying like, I'm looking for better days. I'm looking for better days. And I'm just like, I felt like it was more like a cycle that we put ourselves in as people. Like, man, I'm just pushing for better days. And like after a while, it just gets repetitive. And you're just, when I was listening, I felt like kind of defeated because like I have been searching for better days. And it's just like, when it started to fade and repeat a little bit, and I'm just like, it's kind of mocking me a bit because it's like, even though like days pass, I'm still getting it. Like I want it still, but it's just like a thing in the back of my head, like it's coming, but you're not really searching for it that much anymore because you're just accepting what's happening and you know that a better day is going to come. But I don't know if I'm listening to it correctly or not.
But that's your perception of it.
Yeah.
That's the greatness about the song. So me, like when I was recording Better Days, it was like, it's like, all right, we're grinding, we're working for better days, but it's like, you have to think about it. Like we'll never be fulfilled.
Okay.
In a sense, because our bar in our mind always raises.
Yes.
So it's like you keep trying to reach that, but you will never reach that because it's always going to raise. You always going to think higher and higher.
Yeah.
So it's like me searching for better days. It's like, yes, I just want to be stable. And it's like sometimes I don't feel like I'm stable. So it's like I'll be balancing off, like trying to find it. So it's like when I do find it, it's like now it's like I'm searching for better days. Yeah. But it's like I'm not getting that better day.
Yeah.
that's how I relate to yours as well. It's like it's all the same. Like you hit it in the ballpark for sure. You hit it in the ballpark. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Thank you. I really pride myself on listening to the lyrics and like getting the message. So like I heard it and I was just like, I'm kind of annoyed now. Like, but not in a bad way because it's just life. It's kind of. It reminded me of like Love Yours, like so I was just like, damn, like because you're right, like even like when we reach our goals, it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah, it's always like, what's next.
Yeah, so
like we'd never be satisfied or like we don't never get the chance to sit and like be like, dang, appreciate this.
Society doesn't let us.
But that is it society or is it just is it just us in general? Like we think like we have to keep going.
That's what it is. Like, well,
But is that within yourself?
Yeah. Ooh, this is getting good.
That's the thing. You gotta think. Is it within yourself or is it something like you've seen? So it's like, all right, I seen this person get this, and then they go to the next thing. Yeah, but there's people out there that's satisfied with what they have, you know, and where they at right now. So it's like now it's all. Your thoughts. Yeah. Now it's clouded judgment.
Oh, my judgment is clouded. No, like I get it. It's true. Because I feel like, I don't know. I've accomplished a lot, but at the same time, I feel like there's more. But I don't know if it's other people wanting more for me, or if I do want more for myself, or I don't know. That song got me fucked up, but in a good way. In a good way, it has me like rethinking life. Like not in a bad way. It's just like, okay, like kind of like live in the moment and stop like searching for like what's in front of you, you know? So
yeah, that song is crazy. And I forgot I should be working alone. Been on my grind and I'm making way. Yeah, so me like I have to think about the lyrics because like I'm always like I move by myself like everywhere. Like if you see me, I'm usually by myself like when I'm going places. So it's like it's always me. So it's like I don't have 1,000 thoughts or like people like all in my mind as far as like how to like move a certain way, or like people be like, all right, you should do this, but it's up to like me as a person whether I want to take that advice and go with it.
Yeah,
it's all decisions at the end of the day. So if everybody got their own decision, and there's no such thing, I don't feel like it's a such thing as like a bad or good decision. It's just like something you can learn from.
Yeah,
because whatever decision you made was for a reason.
Yeah,
and that reason can only either stop you from doing that same mistake, if it is a mistake,
if
like
it is a
quotes,
mistake, yeah,
if it is a mistake, or like progress you in life.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it, and then you can teach somebody else.
Yeah, I get it. Because sometimes like we think like, damn, that was the biggest mistake of my life, and then like years down the line you're like, damn, I'm glad I made that mistake. Yeah, but it technically wasn't a mistake.
Yeah, so, it wasn't like, a mistake. It was needed to like either like change your perception or even like give you insight. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you gotta take risks.
That's scary, but yes, I agree. So one of the messages that I get from you, from your music and even like your online presence, is being remembered. So other than like being remembered through music, like what is the ultimate goal? Like,
my ultimate goal?
Like, is it, well, I don't know, like you tell me. Like I know everybody wants to be remembered in some sort of way, and like with artists it would be through their music.
And that's crazy, because when you talk about remembering, now you're going back to better days again.
All right, we're just gonna skip this question
because you got to think about it. Remember at the end of the song, I said, I just want to be known when I'm gone. Legend engraved on my stone. My music, it gotta live on. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, whether like people like me, like the artist me, because it's like separate. Like I don't like try to bring like my family or like people I love like into the music. Like yes, it's there. It's like I try to like separate it, but it's like I can't separate it right now, so it's hard. So it's like I try to go through the motions, and I just want people to understand like I'm still like this same person before making music. Like I'm the same person, but like yes, people have a certain view in how I should like go about living, or at least like expressing myself, or like moving everywhere. So it's like me in the songs is like I just want to be known when I'm going. Like even like if I wasn't doing music, I just want to impact somebody's life, whether it's from like talking to them or like just our relationship, our bond itself. So like that's my goal at the end of the day. So it's like I make the songs or like the music. I just want to either uplift someone else that's feeling like me right now. Yeah. Because I know like you can't feel exactly like me, but you can understand how I'm feeling, or at least like have an idea or in a ballpark, because we all have like a different emotional tolerance. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, it's however you interpret it. But at the end of the day, like me, my overall goal is just to take it one person at a time. Like if I can help one person, I've succeeded. Like I remember in the beginning, I used to be like, dang, I don't have X amount of like, I used to be like, dang, this person like got this 1,000 followers or whatever. Like, but I didn't at first, like when I was first starting, before I switched over to like making this kind of music, because at first I was just doing like traditional rap, just rap. But it's like now I like went over to like alternative to make something like I actually listen to. So it's like when I switched over, I understood like it's not about having like 1,000. It's more of like I know I can have 5 solid people and I can change.
And you're impactful to those
5 those 5 people, and they're going to remember that forever. Yeah. So as long as I can touch one person, I've succeeded already. Because at the end of the day, I've made it for me. So if you like it too, that's a plus.
That's a plus. Yeah. Okay. That's dope. Because like usually people are just like, oh yeah, like I want to change the world and I want to have money. Yeah,
I know, but I know I can't change the whole world. You can only change some people. Yeah, and if you change them, you're not even gonna change them as much. It's just gonna have like
a slight influence.
Yeah, a slight influence.
Yeah. Do you think that message and like your emotions are portrayed well when you perform? I haven't been able to catch you perform yet. I missed you you pulled up at a Huey Brish show, or no, both of you guys pulled up at a show, and I was on Twitter and I was like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, be random.
Like hella random.
Because usually I don't like, people be surprised, but I don't really get booked like that. So it's like when I do get a show, like the people that show up, they forget about all their problems. Like it'd be so much fun. Like if you watch any HeyDeon show, if you've been to a HeyDeon show or like come to a HeyDeon show, you know like the vibe. Like it's beautiful. Like when I get on stage, like everybody is like happy. Like you people will come in like straight facing, like serious, and then as soon as the music come on, you see everybody
like light up.
Man. It's great. Like I look at people like faces and I just be like, I'll be happy because it's like, dang, I can get you for 45 minutes to be happy and feel good, and then you gonna remember that forever because it's like, dang, I remember the HeyDeon show. We was screaming, we was dancing. Like that's one day out of your year, I get to make you dance.
Yeah, and it's funny because like, well, that's why I like going to shows because I forget about everything unless I'm working it. That's a whole story. But like,
now you're on the job, not
then I'm on the job and I don't get to enjoy it. But like when I do get to go to a show, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like I get to enjoy this, and like I don't give a shit who's calling me, who's texting me. Is like it's me and the artist.
Yeah,
you know. So the fact that
you're in the moment.
Yeah. It's just I mean, some of the best shows I've been to are like shows that. Well, I don't spend my money on shows that ain't gonna make me forget about what's going on in the world. Like that's just the way I am. So like, I have yet to catch you. I know you have a show coming up
next week.
Santa Ana.
Pull up.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. So the struggle with me is finding somebody to cover my shifts.
Oh,
so,
that's worse.
Yeah, but we gonna make it work.
Always got if anything. Sick you know they tell you to get your shift covered, but you know sometimes you can't get that shift covered.
Yeah.
They'll find somebody for you. You know, hit the cost one time. Sick hours is key, man. I'm trying to tell you.
HeyDeon is a bad influence.
Look, they give it to us for a reason,
right? I know.
Look, they give it to you, and then they be like, oh, you can't use those. They be like, oh, get somebody else. But no, I take advantage. You gotta take advantage. You better start coughing.
They're like, we're gonna give you that option, but we hope you don't use it.
Exactly.
Oh man, are you excited about this? Is this your first headlining show, or you headlined something else?
Yeah. So this is my first show where it's like me. It's like,
oh, okay,
and it's like I chose Holland to perform with me. So it's like this is my first show like solo dolo, like without like someone hitting me up like, oh,
can you open?
Yeah, because like of course, like this girl named Tiffany, she like she reached out, she was like, hey, because I did a show for her before, but she was like, hey, I'm at a new venue now in Santa Ana. I was like, let's get it, you know. I'm all for it. Like I was already tweeting like, oh, I need to do some shows because like I know nobody gonna book me, so I have to like do it myself. Like I have to like go out my way and like try to figure out what places I can get or like, because I know like I may not have a lot of like a big fan base or like as far as like a lot of people, like I could be like, oh, I sold it out like 300, 500. Like I'm not doing that. Like I know for a fact, but it's like I know I could bring 100 and something people in there and make it feel good, and then like people will be proud at the end of the day. Yeah. Like I don't care if it's 5 people, 10 people. Like you will see videos from me. Like I perform for like 7 people, literally, like just sitting there, and I give them a full show every time because like I know at the end of the day, like they're gonna leave and be like, dang, this moment right here, like I was able to connect with him, even if like we complete opposites, but the music will bring you together as well.
Yeah, the music is always universal. I feel like this boy be reading my tweets too much because like like you always like, I mean, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you see me bitch a lot about like performances and the energy and stuff. So like the fact that you say that, like I always tell like friends and like people I work with, like, yo, even if there's only 20 people out there, you have to act like you're at the Staples Center.
You never like, look. I look at it like this because I'd be like, you never know who knows who.
Exactly.
And that person probably film you and send it to somebody, and somebody will reach out and change your life forever. But like, yes, people like think about the big, but me, I just be focused like, oh, I'm about to give them a show because this is why I love to go up there and just have fun.
And they always remember that too. They're like, dang, like he was on 10 and it was only 5 of us in there. So, like imagine with the whole crowd, like, you know.
Come on, so, I can only imagine like if you need to come to the show, man. Look, because like when No More comes on, it's another feeling. It's like soon as I sing it a cappella, and then they'll start singing it with me. It's like, all right, dang, we going up. As soon as the beat drop, everybody lose their mind. They all dancing. They hold their hands, hugging each other. It's like dance like a big family. It's beautiful.
Oh, look at that! I'm getting sick right now.
It's beautiful. I'm trying to tell you, like everybody that see it, like even like I remember Huey Bridge told me. He said I seen your show. He was like, dang, it just like changed. It blew my mind. Like it was a great feeling because like people will listen to the song. They be like, all right, this is cool. You know, it's a cool song. But then when you see the show, and you see how people like react and how people feel, it's it changed the whole perception of the song. Like the whole mood. So,
or even like sometimes like when you could listen to a song and then you're like, and then you see it live and you're like, damn, I slept on this track. So like it's dope. Performances are always way better. So I'm excited now.
I'm trying to tell you, I'll be hyped. Like I'll be ready. Like I'll be like, I have these songs that I can't wait to do because like the feeling every single time, like it has not failed me. Every single time, it's always on 1,000. Like
really,
every time.
It's funny that you say that because like you and Holland, like I could imagine your energy together.
Man, Holland has another energy that I don't have.
No, but I feel like
he's another one.
I'm dead.
And it's crazy how I met Holland. We met at a show. We did a small show in LA, and like he was singing. It was he had a song. It was like, is it a summer love? Is it a fling? So he had this song, and I was like, oh, he is so hard. And like people look at me like they be judging, but I was hyped the whole time. And I remember after he was like, man, we got a link, we got to do something. He was like on it, like he was very persistent. I was like, I'm not one of those people that be like, hey, we need to work and stuff. Like I just be like, let it happen. Like if it happens, it happens. But it's like that dude energy is next level. Like that dude is bright.
Very bright. Yeah.
That dude is bright. Like me, I be to myself and I glow when I glow. Like you see it, like it'll shine sometimes, but it's like his is like when you know when Holland in the building.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
That's for sure. Shout out Holland, man.
Oh man. Anything else before we go? Any shout outs, any last things you want the fans to know about you?
Sucker for Love out right now. Go get that. All platforms. We got the Nothing to Prove visual out right now. If you like to hit your electric slide, go ahead and watch that. And then when you come to the show, you can hit the electric slide with us. 4 to the right, 4 to the left, back 4, 1 4, 1 foot back. You already know how I go. The electric slide, we going up.
I'm dead.
Just give the music a chance. Follow me on Twitter. HeyDeon. On Insta is HeyDeon, BYEDEON.
Hi, bye.
Hi, bye, however you want to find me. I'm just trying to bring the love and spread the positivity. Like, I understand, like, people be, like, against the love and positivity, but it's like, I'm a happy person, so it's like I'll be smiling and stuff all
Very
day.
Happy person.
So it's like, that's all I can bring to the table rather than, like, some negative energy. So it's like, all right, I just want people to, like, feel good about themselves and, like, trust themselves, because I know like you have to believe in yourself before anybody else could believe in you.
That's so true.
So that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, come to the show though. July 25th, man. Santa Ana. Yeah, Los Santa in the OC. The first show out there. The ticket's only $5. I know people got $5. You're gonna pay that service fee, $7.33, $2.33. I know you got that, man. But we're gonna be there at Hollandaise, and my other guy, I feel bad because I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Elzar or something like that. Or I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I never say it.
I know, but I shared it on my Twitter.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I want to ask him. I should ask. I'm going to ask him when I see him in person. But it's like, dang, I can't say his name. I don't know his name. But he on the bill too, and he's very talented as well. He going to have a band. He bringing out some friends and stuff. So
that's lit.
It's going to be fun.
And that's it. Like everything, all of HeyDeon's social medias, the links for Sucker for Love and the link to buy tickets to his show will be shared on my social media at Giggles Irene. Thank y'all for tuning in. And
this was awesome.
You're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it because you know, I always tell people like, y'all don't have to pull up, but I'm glad that you
Nah,
do, so.
I love talking. Like I did a podcast. It was so much fun, man. I love podcasts. People would be sleeping on podcasts. Like, man, I had my water. You know, we had some food. We was
My bad,
talking.
I don't have water for y'all.
No. I don't need anything. But it's like it was very chill. It was in a living room, relaxed up, just talking about music and stuff, like life goals and stuff. I didn't even talk about your goals. Let's talk about your goals. It's not even over yet.
We actually have 2 minutes to get out of here.
Look. What you want to do with your life after this?
Gosh. After, what do you mean after this?
Like you want to keep doing like Dash Radio? You want to move on to something else? Do you see yourself somewhere else?
I want to stay in radio.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I love giving artists that I think deserve the shine. You know, I would also like to keep writing. I love writing, even though like
it gets stressful. I know
it gets really stressful, but at the same time, like when I hear an album that I want to write about, I'm just like, yo, I need to write about it. So I don't know. I just love everything about music. Like even like I don't know. I have to think about it. It's
all right.
Yeah.
See, I know.
This is why I don't get interviewed.
It's fine. I just need to know.
Yeah, we could talk about this later on Twitter once I get my thoughts together. But yeah, that's it for today. We out.
Peace.